The Lakers are out and the NBA rumor mill is in overdrive, but this one's a bombshell. Word is LeBron James might be heading to Golden State, and the idea alone has fans and analysts losing it.
It's a great organization and so many greats, but we'll see.
Could the King really join forces with Steph Curry after years of fierce rivalry? It sounds unthinkable, or is it? The pieces may be falling into place. Let's break down the buzz and see just how real this blockbuster trade could be. The fall of a Titan, Lakers playoff elimination and the aftermath. In what can only be described as a devastating blow to one of the NBA's most storied franchises, the Los Angeles Lakers, seeded third in the Western Conference with an impressive 50-win season, saw their championship aspirations crushed in a stunning first-round exit at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The 4-1 series defeat marked a bitter end to a season that had begun with immense promise and rekindled hope, especially after the blockbuster midseason acquisition of Luka Doncic. As the final buzzer sounded in Game 5, with the scoreboard reading 103-96 in favor of the Timberwolves, the basketball world was left pondering a question that would have seemed unthinkable just months earlier. Has LeBron James played his last game as a Laker? The series itself revealed glaring weaknesses in the Lakers' roster construction, with Minnesota's dominance in the paint exposing Los Angeles' lack of interior defense. Rudy Gobert, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, delivered a playoff career-high 27 points and 24 rebounds in the decisive Game 5, systematically dismantling the undersized Lakers lineup. Despite having LeBron James and Luka Doncic, two of the game's most dynamic playmakers, the Lakers found themselves outmatched against a more cohesive and physically imposing Timberwolves squad. The Lakers' defeat was made all the more painful by their fourth-quarter struggles. According to OptaStats, only 16.9% of the Lakers' series points came in the fourth quarter, the lowest percentage in any playoff series in NBA history. LeBron James, at 40 years old, showed signs of fatigue in crucial moments, scoring just 2 baskets in the fourth quarters of Games 4 and 5 combined. Although he finished the series with respectable averages of 25.4 points, 9.0 rebounds, and 5.6 assists, the King's inability to dominate in crunch time raised questions about his capacity to carry a team at this stage of his career.
Lakers want to get back in championship contender moving forward. You have to get out of the constraints of the LeBron era. You have to they have to find a way to just like, all right, he's had a grasp of this Laker. He just had a grasp of the whole organization, bear hugging him for so long now. He's done some wonderful things for the Lakers organization.
No question. We won a
100%.
championship. Yeah.
They're probably going to build a statue of LeBron in front of the crypto or the Staples, whatever y'all call it, the Forum, you know.
Joe ain't gonna look at me.
But I'm just saying, they have to say, Von, we appreciate your services.
In the post-elimination press conference, visibly dejected, LeBron addressed the media, offering cryptic responses about his future that sent shockwaves through the NBA landscape.
I don't have the answer to that. Something I'll sit down with my family, my wife, and my support group and kind of just talk through it and see what happens. And then just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play. I don't know the answer to that right now, to be honest, so we'll see.
James's non-committal stance regarding his future immediately fueled speculation about potential retirement or perhaps a change of scenery. When asked directly if he was contemplating leaving the Lakers, LeBron's response, or lack thereof, only intensified the rumor mill.
Tonight, was there any thought at all that, this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
I'm not going to answer that. Appreciate it.
The Lakers' early playoff exit marked their second consecutive first-round elimination and raised serious questions about the team's direction. The February 2025 trade that brought Luka Doncic to Los Angeles, sending Anthony Davis to Dallas, was supposed to create a formidable duo with LeBron James that could compete for championships. Instead, the pairing, while offensively potent, revealed defensive deficiencies that ultimately proved fatal in the postseason. LeBron reflected on the challenges of integrating Doncic mid-season, acknowledging the difficulties in reshaping the team's identity on the fly.
And not only for me, but for AR and for the rest of the group on how we were playing. I mean, we went from, the ball, wanting to touch the ball in AD's hands, either off pick and rolls or off post ups or off elbow catches. But it started with myself and AR kind of handling the ball handling and then making sure we got 80 the ball.
Despite the disappointment, James had positive words for rookie head coach J.J. Redick, praising his growth throughout the season.
I thought he had a hell of a rookie campaign for a rookie coach, and it's a lot different being a rookie coach. It's already hard being a rookie coach in the NBA, and it's a hell of a lot harder being a rookie head coach coaching the Lakers. it's a whole nother ball game. And I thought he handled it extremely well. I thought he just learned every single day. He held us accountable. He pushed us. I thought JJ and his coaching staff were great throughout the whole season.
As the dust settled on the Lakers' disappointing playoff exit, the focus quickly shifted to what many consider the NBA's most explosive potential trade rumor in recent memory, the possibility of LeBron James joining the Golden State Warriors. According to reports from Times of India, the Warriors have expressed interest in acquiring James to form a big 3 inches alongside Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. This isn't the first time the Warriors have pursued LeBron. In February 2024, Golden State made a significant push to acquire James at the trade deadline. Warriors owner Joe Lacob contacted Lakers owner Jeannie Buss, and Draymond Green lobbied James agent Rich Paul in an attempt to facilitate a trade. However, both James and the Lakers rebuffed the proposal, with James' camp emphasizing his desire to,
while his billionaire buddies blast zone, one is painfully clear. You can't play economic chicken with China and expect Tesla to ride shotgun. Next up, the president's clemency power took center stage today as Trump announced his intention to pardon Todd and Julie Chrisley, the reality television couple serving federal prison sentences for financial crimes. But this isn't just another celebrity story. It's a case study in how justice, media, and politics collide in modern America. The most ordinary moment. Savannah Chrisley's emotional response captures the surreal nature of clemency in the social media age. But what exactly were her parents convicted of? They defrauded banks of over $30 million documents for loans, spending on luxury items, and evaded about $5,000 in taxes from 20 to 2016. The scope was staggering. Fabricated Merrill Lynch statements claiming $4 million existent assets, glued and taped documents to mislead lenders. How did they spend this fraudulent fortune? Luxury cars, designer clothes, real estate, and travel. They used new fraudulent loans to pay off old, eventually walking away from over $20 million in unpaid loans. Todd even falsely claimed on radio to $750,000 to $1 million annually in taxes, IRS $500,000. The legal consequences were severe. Todd received a 2-year sentence, and Julie a 11-year sentence, though Julie's was later vacated sentencing due to insufficient evidence for pre-2007 losses. FBI Special Agent Kerry Farley made the government clear. When you lie, cheat, and steal, justice is blind as to your fame, your fortune, and your position. But presidential pardons can override even the most emphatic FBI statement. Trump's decision comes after Savannah Chrisley lobbied extensively, speaking at the 2024 Republican National Convention and appearing on Fox News. The strategy worked. Trump described their treatment as harsh and expressed hope to finalize the pardon quickly. The timing raises questions about justice and celebrities. Their convictions were held in 2024 by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, suggesting the legal system had thoroughly examined their case. Yet clemency operates outside traditional judicial review. What does this mean for similar cases? Chrisley's join a pattern of high-profile pardons that Trump has.
challenging for multiple championships. But is such a move even feasible given the numerous obstacles that stand in its way? The golden opportunity. Warriors' pursuit and potential super team. The Golden State. Warriors' interest in acquiring LeBron James represents more than just another trade rumor. It signifies a potential seismic shift in the NBA landscape that could rival the most explosive trades in league history. The Warriors have been aggressive in pursuing all-star talent, with reported inquiries about players like Paul George, Lauri Markkanen, Kevin Durant, and Jimmy Butler. LeBron James, given his elite performance and chemistry with Curry, has emerged as their dream target. The Warriors' pursuit of LeBron isn't new. In February 2024, Golden State made a serious attempt to acquire James at the trade deadline. According to ESPN, Warriors owner Joe Lacob contacted Lakers owner Jeannie Buss, while Draymond Green lobbied James's agent Rich Paul. Despite these efforts, both James and the Lakers rejected the proposal, with James's camp emphasizing his desire to remain in Los Angeles. This rebuff hasn't deterred the Warriors, as ESPN's Brian Windhorst reported in December 2024 that Golden State would definitely monitor James's trade status, indicating persistent interest despite the initial rejection. The Warriors' continued pursuit is driven by several factors, including Stephen Curry's current status and the team's championship aspirations. Curry, now 37, remains one of the NBA's premier talents, but the Warriors recognize that his championship window is narrowing. The Warriors' championship pedigree, 4 titles from 2015 to 2022, has faced challenges in maintaining dominance, particularly after Kevin Durant's departure in 2019. Pairing Curry with LeBron could extend this window and give both legends an opportunity opportunity to add to their already impressive legacies. The chemistry between James and Curry during the 2024 Paris Olympics, where they led Team USA to a gold medal under Warriors coach Steve Kerr, has added fuel to the speculation. Their devastating pick-and-roll plays and mutual respect demonstrated during the Olympics suggested they could form a formidable partnership in the NBA. Following their Olympic success, LeBron spoke positively about playing with Curry, describing it as a dream experience, though he remained non-committal about a future NBA collaboration, stating, "I have no idea." The Warriors' recent acquisition of Jimmy Butler has added another dimension to their pursuit of James. Butler's efficiency, 94th percentile offensively, and low turnovers have complemented Curry well, extending Golden State's championship window. Adding LeBron to this mix could create a formidable big 3 inches capable of challenging for multiple championships. Various trade packages involving LeBron James to the Warriors have been proposed by analysts and insiders, reflecting the complexity of matching salaries and assets for a player of James's caliber. According to a December 2024 proposal from Bleacher Report, one potential trade package would see the Warriors receive LeBron James, Cam Reddish, and Bronny James, while the Lakers would get Andrew Wiggins, DeAnthony Melton, Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Gui Santos, a top 1 protected 2025 first-round pick, and a top 3 protected 2027 first-round pick. This package offers the Lakers young talent, Kuminga, Podziemski, and draft picks to rebuild around Doncic, while the Warriors gain James and his son Bronny, aligning with reports that any James trade would likely include Bronny. However, the Lakers would lose their cornerstone star, and the Warriors would deplete their depth. A February 2025 proposal from Bleacher Report suggests a slightly different configuration. The Warriors would receive LeBron James, Bronny James, Cam Reddish, and Christian Wood, while the Lakers would get Jonathan Kuminga, Dennis Schroeder, Kevin Looney, Kyle Anderson, Gary Payton II, Buddy Hield, and a 2025 first-round pick. This proposal notes that the Lakers would need to waive players like Shake Milton and Markieff Morris to stay under the second apron hard cap, $188.9 million. The Warriors could retain more depth by excluding Wiggins, but the Lakers might prefer Wiggins' long-term contract for defensive stability. A third team might be needed to absorb Wood's salary due to his season-long knee injury. The Sporting News presented yet another variation in December 2024, with the Warriors receiving LeBron James, Cam Reddish, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and Bronny James, while the Lakers would get Andrew Wiggins, DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, Jonathan Kuminga, and unprotected first-round picks, 2026, 2028, as well as a 2030 pick, 20 protected. This deal emphasizes draft capital, which could appeal to the Lakers for future trades. However, the Warriors would sacrifice nearly all their draft equity and young core, a risky move given James's age and the team's need for depth. Perhaps the most ambitious proposal, reported by Jake Fisher in February 2025, envisions the Warriors acquiring both LeBron James and Kevin Durant in a 3-team trade involving the Lakers and Suns. In this scenario, the Warriors would receive LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Bronny James. The Lakers would get Draymond Green, Gary Payton II, Buddy Hield, Lindy Waters III, and pick swaps, while the Suns would receive Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Gui Santos, and 2025 and 2028 first-round picks. This ambitious proposal is deemed very unlikely due to salary cap constraints, the need for multiple roster cuts, and James's no-trade clause. The Lakers and Suns would also need significant incentives to part with their star. From a basketball perspective, LeBron's fit with the Warriors would be intriguing. His elite playmaking and versatility could complement Curry's shooting and Butler's two-way play. The Warriors' ball movement and spacing would provide LeBron with ample opportunities to showcase his passing and scoring abilities. Defensively, Draymond Green's versatility could anchor the lineup, allowing LeBron to conserve energy. However, a potential Warriors lineup featuring James 39, Curry 37, Green 34, and possibly Butler 35 raises concerns about durability and long-term viability. James has shown signs of slowing down in his 22nd season, averaging 23.0 points per game with shooting struggles, though he remains an all-NBA caliber player. The Warriors' championship aspirations depend on depth and defense, currently 4th in defensive rating, which could be compromised by trading young athletic players for aging stars. The Warriors' depth, praised in the 2024 offseason, has already been eroded by injury. For example, DeAnthony Melton's season-ending ACL injury, making them hesitant to trade multiple contributors. From the Lakers' perspective, trading LeBron would represent a significant shift in franchise direction. Despite their acquisition of Doncic, the Lakers view James as integral to their short-term competitiveness and franchise history. Reports indicate they would only only consider a trade if James explicitly requested one, which he has not done. The Lakers are also focused on upgrading their roster around James and Doncic, with rumors of pursuing a $197.2 million Memphis Grizzlies star, likely Ja Morant, to bolster their squad. A May 11, 2025 article from Times of India reiterated the Warriors' interest in James to form a big 3 inches with Curry and Jimmy Butler, but it noted significant obstacles, including James's commitment to the Lakers and contract hurdles. Stephen Curry's stance on a potential LeBron trade adds another layer of complexity. Curry has expressed skepticism about blockbuster trades that could deplete the future of the franchise. In January 2025, he cautioned against desperate moves, and in February 2025, he stated he never believed James would leave the Lakers, suggesting a preference for organic team building over a high-risk trade. If the Warriors were to acquire James, the impact would be seismic, but fraught with risks. On the positive side, James and Curry would form a lethal offensive duo, with James's playmaking and Curry's shooting creating matchup nightmares for opponents. Their Olympic chemistry suggests a high ceiling, particularly in pick-and-roll scenarios. Draymond Green's defensive versatility could anchor the lineup, providing the necessary defensive backbone for a team with offensive firepower. James's playoff experience and leadership could elevate the Warriors' title chances, but their success would depend on health and depth. A lineup of older stars might struggle against younger, deeper teams like Oklahoma City or Memphis. Trading for James would likely cost Kuminga, Podziemski, and multiple picks, leaving the Warriors reliant on minimum salary players to fill out the roster. This could weaken their bench and long-term prospects. From a cultural perspective, James in a Warriors jersey would electrify the NBA, uniting 2 of the league's biggest stars and reigniting debates about super teams. However, it could also invite criticism, given James's history of team changes and the Warriors' past dominance with Durant. The narrative of James chasing rings with a rival team could dominate NBA discourse, amplifying debates about his legacy. Some analysts, like Tom Haberstroh, have predicted a potential Warriors pursuit of James in the 2025 offseason if they fail to acquire a star by the trade deadline. However, this hinges on James opting out of his $51.4 million player option for 2025 to 26, an unlikely scenario given his stated desire to retire as a Laker. As we consider the Warriors' pursuit of LeBron James, it's important to place this potential trade in the context of NBA history. According to the NBA, a potential James to Warriors trade would rank among the most stunning in league history, potentially surpassing historic deals like Wilt Chamberlain to the 76 ERs 1965, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Lakers 1975, and Shaquille O'Neal to the Heat 2004. The acquisition of Luka Doncic by the Lakers in February 2025 was already considered one of the most explosive trades ever, with Kevin Durant calling it the biggest trade I've ever seen. A LeBron to Warriors trade would arguably surpass even that, given James's stature and the Warriors' recent dynasty. While the Warriors' interest in LeBron is clear, and the basketball fit is intriguing, several significant obstacles stand in the way of this potential blockbuster trade. The reality check, obstacles and likelihood of a LeBron to Warriors trade. Despite the tantalizing prospect of LeBron James joining forces with Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors, several significant hurdles make such a trade unlikely. These obstacles range from contractual constraints to financial considerations to personal preferences, creating a complex web of factors that would need to align for this potential blockbuster to materialize. The most formidable barrier to a LeBron to Warriors trade is James's no-trade clause. LeBron's 2-year, $101.4 million contract, signed in the 2024 offseason, includes a full no-trade clause, giving him complete control over any trade. This means that regardless of what the Lakers might want to do, they cannot move James without his explicit consent. James has consistently expressed a desire to finish his career with the Lakers, especially after achieving his goal of playing alongside his son Bronny, who was drafted by Los Angeles in 2024. In February 2024, James's agent, Rich Paul, shut down trade talks with the Warriors, citing concerns about backlash over James switching teams for a 4th time. James reaffirmed his commitment to the Lakers post-All-Star break in 2025. The financial complexities of a potential trade present another significant obstacle. Both the Warriors and Lakers are constrained by the NBA's salary cap rules, particularly the first and second apron thresholds. The Warriors have only $500,000 in additional spending room this season, and the Lakers cannot take on additional salary due to their first apron status. Any trade would require precise salary matching, likely involving multiple players. James's $48.7 million salary would require the Warriors to send out significant contracts. For example, Wiggins at $26 million, Green at $24 million, or a combination of role players, depleting their depth. This financial juggling act becomes even more complicated when considering the luxury tax implications and the potential need to waive or trade additional players to make the numbers work. Asset valuation presents yet another challenge. The Lakers would demand a substantial return for James, likely including young players like Kuminga and Podziemski, plus multiple first-round picks. However, the Warriors are reluctant to part with their young core and have limited draft capital. For example, 2026 and 2028 unprotected picks, a 2030 pick with protections. The Warriors' depth, a key component of their championship teams, would be severely compromised by a trade for LeBron. Trading away multiple contributors for a 40-year-old, even one as talented as James, represents a significant risk for a franchise that values roster balance and depth. Age and injury concerns also factor into the equation. A potential Warriors lineup featuring James, 39, Curry, 37, Green, 34, and possibly Butler, 35, raises concerns about durability and long-term viability. James has shown signs of slowing down in his 22nd season, and while he remains an all-NBA caliber player, the physical toll of a deep playoff run would be significant for a team with an average age exceeding 35 for its core players. Moreover, the Lakers' front office is focused on building around Doncic and James, not dismantling this potentially dynamic duo after just a few months together. The team's priority is acquiring a center to address their interior defense deficiencies, as evidenced by their failed attempt to trade for Charlotte's Mark Williams. The timing of a potential trade further complicates matters. With the trade deadline for the 2024-25 season already passed, any trade would have to occur in the offseason. James has a player option for 2025-26 worth $52.6 million, which he must decide on by June 29, 2025. If he opts in, a trade could be explored, but if he opts out, he would become a free agent and could sign with any team directly. Recent reports suggest James is leaning toward remaining with the Lakers. ESPN's Shams Charania reported on the Pat McAfee show that James is expected to return for the 2025-26 season, likely by exercising his player option. This aligns with James's comments about wanting to play with his second son, Bryce, who is committed to Arizona and at least 2 years from the NBA, suggesting he might continue for a few more seasons. Beyond the contractual and financial considerations, LeBron's personal motivations play a crucial role in any trade discussion. Playing with Bronny was described by LeBron as the #1 achievement of his career, a sentiment that cannot be easily dismissed. The historic father-son moment they shared this season holds significant personal value for James and would be difficult to replicate elsewhere. Family considerations also factor into LeBron's decision-making. At 40, with deep roots in Los Angeles, including business ventures and his children's education, relocating to the Bay Area would represent a significant lifestyle change. While not insurmountable, these personal factors add another layer of complexity to an already complicated situation. Examining the reactions from key stakeholders provides further insight into the likelihood of a LeBron to Warriors trade. Stephen Curry's public comments suggest skepticism about adding James, with Curry stating he never believed James would leave the Lakers. This indicates that even within the Warriors organization, there may not be unanimous support for pursuing James at the cost of dismantling their current core. From a historical perspective, trades involving players of LeBron's caliber in their late career years are exceptionally rare. While there have been notable trades of aging superstars such as Shaquille O'Neal to the Heat 2004 and Kevin Garnett to the Celtics 2007, these moves typically occurred with players who did not hold no-trade clauses and were part of teams undergoing rebuilds. The combination of LeBron's no-trade clause, the financial complexities involved, the Lakers' reluctance to trade him, and James's own personal motivations make a trade to the Warriors highly improbable as of May 12, 2025. While the Warriors' front office remains aggressive in pursuing star talent, their focus may shift to more attainable targets like Jimmy Butler or a Kevin Durant reunion, as speculated in February 2025 reports. For now, the idea of James in a Warriors jersey remains a tantalizing what-if rather than a realistic prospect, with James likely to continue his legacy with the Lakers alongside Doncic and Bronny. The most probable outcome is that James exercises his player option for the 2025-26 season and works with the Lakers front office to address the roster deficiencies exposed in the playoff loss to Minnesota. Looking ahead, Lakers face a pivotal offseason with several key decisions. GM Rob Pelinka, recently named president of basketball operations, must address the center position and bench depth. Contract decisions loom for players like Dorian Finney-Smith, who has a $15.3 million player option, and Austin Reeves, who is eligible for a $90 million extension, but could command more as a 2026 free agent. The Lakers' draft assets are limited, as they owe their 2025 first-round pick to Atlanta via the Anthony Davis trade, further constraining their ability to improve through the draft. This places added pressure on Pelinka to find creative solutions to bolster the roster around James and Doncic. JJ Redick's position as head coach appears secure despite the early playoff exit, with James publicly praising his rookie campaign. Redick's growth as a coach and his ability to adapt his strategies to maximize Doncic and address defensive weaknesses will be crucial for the team's success moving forward. For the Warriors, the focus will likely shift to retooling around Curry while maintaining their championship aspirations. Their acquisition of Jimmy Butler has kept them in the contender conversation, but further moves may be necessary to challenge younger, more athletic teams. The development of young talents like Kuminga and Podziemski will be crucial for extending their competitive window. Instead, both the Lakers and Warriors will likely focus on improving their existing rosters through more modest moves, seeking to maximize their current cores while planning for the future. For LeBron James, the most probable path forward is continuing his storied career with the Lakers, working alongside Luka Doncic, and enjoying the unique opportunity to play with his son Bronny for at least one more season. As the NBA landscape continues to evolve, rumors and speculation will persist, but the LeBron to Warriors saga is more likely to remain in the realm of fantasy than become reality. Both franchises face crucial decisions in the coming months that will shape their trajectories for years to come, but a trade involving LeBron James is unlikely to be among them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos popping on your screen for more amazing content.